Hello and welcome to PoE For Dummies Ritual Edition. Ritual is a league where you basically click on these altars, you kill the enemies that have surrounded the altar, and you get some rewards. You get tribute that you can spend on the specific rewards that spawn in the ritual. It is best explained if I show you directly, so let's do one ritual. This is one type of a ritual that spawns beams, the cold beams. So you basically kill the enemies surrounding the ritual, you click on the ritual itself, you do it, and then you can see in the bottom middle part of the screen there is the amount of tribute that we get. There's the amount of ritual altars that we have as well, and you can either click on the altar or you can click on the button, or if you have it key bound you can click on that as well, and it will show you what it has. Keep in mind, it shows you total of everything, but some items are hidden. So you can see here some hidden items that we don't know what they are. My advice is when you collect tribute, you want to pick up all the altars, finish up everything, and then you can pick up the rewards. So I'll do a little jump cut before anything, so I can show you how the full ritual looks. And here we go. So this is the full ritual altar. I did all 4 out of 4 rituals, and as you can see, every single reward is there. Now let me tell you this: there are some ritual bases that we can pick up, there are some items that we can. They range from regular items, currency items, bases, gems, jewels, and so on. You can get up to something very expensive like a mirror, divine orb, and so on, or divine orb, mirror, and so on, or you can get something cheap that your filter won't even pick up. So there's this button which says apply item filter, so you wouldn't see these items that are not applied on the filter. Now, here is one example of a ritual base. So ritual bases are bases that only spawn in ritual, and their item level is correspondent to the item level of the map you do, and you can get higher bases depending on the tier of the maps that you do. There are some bases that have 3 tiers. They are called a little bit different. They have better modifiers the more you go on. Some of those are sought after by players. So anyways, once you start the map, you will find mobs surrounding this ritual altar. You kill the mobs, then you click the altar, you kill them again. That's it. These altars can have a boss in them as well. So if you want to farm ritual and you want to farm bosses, you go straight to the boss arena, see if the boss arena has monsters and the boss itself, and then you can go around. So the total tribute that you get is directly correspondent to the amount of mobs that you kill and how much tribute they award. Okay, to explain the mechanic a little bit more, there is this deferral system. Deferral is basically paying a bit of the item up front. It will reappear later on down the track, and it will be discounted. You pay 15% of the original cost for it to be discounted 10%. That's very good if you have, let's say, a mirror. Mirrors are usually like 10 to 15k tribute plus minus. Divine orbs can be 5, 6, 7k and so on. And you can pay that upfront if you don't have enough to buy it outright, and then you can farm it up. So let's defer something. Let's defer these 2 Chaos Orbs. They cost 14.25. We click defer, and deferral cost is 161 and future discount is 142. There we go, minus 161. Confirm, and that's it. Now what happens when you defer an item? On the left here are items that have been deferred. The price of the item will increase every time until it reaches full, and then disappears from the shop. Let's call it shop, from the favor screen, unless you defer it again. So as an example, I have here Valorbs, which are 3.5k tribute. I can buy them outright. Let's buy something cheap. Let's see, Pristine Fossils. Let's buy those, and that reduces the amount of tribute I have. Now there's one more system with it, which is reroll to receive new favors. Reroll usually costs, I think, around 1500. There are passive points that will reduce it, but let's see. What does this do? You click reroll, and it does exactly what it says. It rerolls everything so you can actually get a new set. Oh, that's a good amulet. So you can actually get something good. Of course, you can again use defer, whatnot, or if you have enough passives, you can reroll again. So there are passives that allow you to reroll a little bit more. So that's basically for how the mechanic works and so on. But let me now explain the passive skills, and let's go over the mechanics and what type of rituals you can encounter. So for passive skills, for ritual, we have chance to contain ritual altars. So this is 30% chance to contain ritual altars. It's on the bottom left part of the screen. They're all on the left side of the screen in general. Then there's the small one, small cluster here, which gives you completing the final ritual altar has 15% chance to drop a blood-filled vessel. I will explain that in just a second. And we have increased number of spawn monsters at once, chance to get more rituals, and splinters have increased stack size. There's the big cluster here, which has rerolling favors, costs 18% reduced tribute. That's why it was 1340, 1350. And this one is ritual altars in your maps allow rerolling favors 2 additional times. So you can just reroll and defer items more often, especially if you farm rituals and you have more than like 7, 8, 10k favor as well. I'll get you the big node in just a second because there's a few. There's this one, answered appeals. Deferring favors costs 15% reduced tribute. So from 15% down to, what is that, like 13-ish%? Favors deferred at ritual altars reappear 50% sooner. There are some items that are more expensive that appear later on down the track. This just makes them appear sooner. So there's more reduced tribute, of course, and reappearance. There's one more cluster here, which is your maps with ritual altars always have 4. That's very good to use because it gives you, well, it gives you a quarter more of tribute that you can pick up, which is very good. Now, there are special rewards. Increased chance of ritual altars with special rewards. Special rewards are item bases, expensive items, expensive currency items, influenced items, influenced maps. So those are all like special rewards other than the regular currency ones. Now, there's a big one. Immutable Dogma. This has been added in 3.22 in Ancestor League, and this is cannot reroll favors at ritual altars in your maps, and monsters sacrificed grant 100% more tribute. So instead of me having 7k tribute, I would have 14k tribute. Very good for people who farm rituals. And then there's the Gamba part, which is favors at ritual altars in your maps randomly cost between 90% less and 80% more. Technically, you would want to pick both of these because you might get a mirror that costs, instead of 14k, it costs like 5k, or it can cost 30. So it can be either or, but that's the Gamba with ritual. Now, let me explain some splinters. There are these fragments that you can pick up, ritual splinters. When you pick up 100 of them, they create this thing called a ritual vessel. What you do with ritual vessel is, once you finish a ritual in a map, you can come close to the altar, right click on the ritual vessel, left click on the ritual itself, and it will become a blood-filled vessel. The thing is, ritual vessels cannot be used in a map opened with a blood-filled vessel. I opened this map using a vessel that has been blood-filled, which basically means it has its modifiers collected from before. Unfortunately, I don't have any more, but they are like reddish, and it tells you how many monsters you have captured in that ritual. I will show you one example. So if we go blood-filled vessel, this is basically how it looks. Monsters 55, monsters level that and that from that area. If it's orange, that means, well, unique, that means it's a boss monster. So you can do that and you can sell them. You don't have to sell them, you can use them. Or if the league allows it on a map device, there's ritual that you can apply for currency. Now, before I go, let me explain one more thing to you. I will post this down in the description below, but ritual altars, there are multiple kinds of them. They give you different affixes, what monsters do. There's the regular one that you saw with 3 blue beams. There is the advanced one with 5 blue beams. But those give you more tribute and so on and so forth. So those are all the modifiers. These are the vessels, quantity of items, of course. And there are the bases. Generally, what people want, they want like Blizzard Crown, they want those, I think, was it boots or something for, there we go, accuracy boots, less accuracy rating and lightning damage per accuracy. Those are basically for accuracy stackers and so on. So people want these. Now, would I suggest doing ritual? Hell yes. Ritual is really fun when you want to grab items, especially early in the game, if you want to do those altars and if you want to grab like some currency and so on. You can get lucky. I got lucky this league. I got 2-3 divines out of the ritual raw, but otherwise ritual is just basically your filler for monsters, experience and so on. Now, how often would you do ritual? I suggest if you're doing ritual, do either have the passive points for extra chance for ritual altars and do everything else, or go with extra chance and go with 4 altars, just so you can have extra currency and so on. It's a very good way to get experience, to get currency, to get these bases early. If you can reach like red maps in, I don't know, let's say a week, and you tend to get a Blizzard Crown, you can sell that for 30, 40, 50 chaos. Nowadays, they are like 5 to 10 and so on after a month or a little bit more in the league. But that's it for ritual. Rituals you would do to grab extra currency, you kill the monsters next to the altars, you enjoy your loot. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a like. Please do sub if you don't mind. I will post all the links down in the description below. I will also post a map video of me clearing a ritual itself. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next PoE for Dummies video.